Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Got a story for you about they are trying to scorch the earth on the way out. 500,000 gallons of sewage leaks into the Oregon River. 500,000 gallons of sewage is in the river. This story came out on June the 6th, but I want to talk about it because it goes under the file. They are going to tear it up so nobody else can use it. It's going to be inhabitable. This place is going to be inhabitable. You're not going to be able to stay here. We are going to need an exodus. We're going to need to be delivered. But I just I just have this feeling that if you're any place else outside of the South, you need to be trying to get away from those places, especially those liberal states and those liberal cities. They are being destroyed, and I just don't think it's by accident. I think you can see over the last couple of years, so many things have happened, and there's no end to it, no end in sight. So again, you need to make sure you have your water purification systems, your water purification tablets, your water straws, your water filters. I'm not going to tell you what kind to get because I'm not getting into all that. You better have you something to filter your water. Drinking water, because we cannot survive without drinking water. And if you live close to any of these places where your water table could be impacted, you should be preparing. Uh, Even if you don't live close to those places, you still should be prepared to have water on premises for drinking, for flushing your toilet, for cooking, bathing, etc., etc. Don't be caught off guard. And a lot of times our people are living in these cities and we are not aware of all the things that are going on until it's too late. Don't be those people. All right, let's get into this story. Residents of Portland, Oregon have been advised to avoid one of the nation's largest rivers after roughly 500,000 gallons of sewage leaked into the water system, local officials said Monday afternoon. The reason for the advisory, officials said, is because there could be increased bacteria in the water. The issue is in the Willamette River, which, according to the nonprofit organization Willamette Riverkeeper, is the 13th largest river by volume in the United States. The river is also home to the nation's second largest waterfall by volume and flows through some of the state's biggest cities, including Portland, Eugene, and Salem. The mishap itself happened near Lake Oswego's Foothills Park, which sits along the river, officials said, when water waste from the Tryon Creek wastewater treatment plant suffered a malfunction. Mhm. The park sits right next to the wastewater treatment facility. And so this is a perfect example of how we have allowed people to we've entrusted these governmental entities and these private entities to be control over everything, to be in control over everything that we need for our daily sustenance. They control our food, they control our water, they control our where we live, they control our jobs, they control transportation. And this is why you need to be trying to become as self-sufficient as possible. Live on less. Get your little land, get your water tested, and do the best that you can if you can do those things. But the time is coming where we're all going to be faced with these types of situations, and so we need to do our best to be forward thinking, and figure out what we're going to need before we need it. If you live in a city and your water comes from city resources, you need to be figuring out what you're going to do if they cut the water off, or if a situation like this happens because you don't have any recourse. It's going to be days before they decide to bring you some water, if they decide to bring you any at all. Do you have money to go out and buy water? Will you be able to travel to get water? Can you get some water and stock it up in your house now? Just, do you know people who have a well? Do you know where there's a freshwater spring that you can go and collect water from? Do you have something to put water in? Do you have water purification items, filters, tablets, bleach, those types of things? So get into the mindset of thinking like that, because sabotage is happening everywhere. The wastewater had undergone all stages of treatment except the final one, the addition of a disinfectant, which is what I'm telling you that you need to have on hand. Portland's Bureau of Environmental Services said in its advisory on Monday afternoon. A pump that delivers disinfectant failed around midnight and was repaired by 5:30 a.m. The volume of water that seeped from the plant was just a third of its normal flow, they said, but it's estimated that 500,000 gallons of water was released into the river without disinfectant. That stage of the process entails using sodium hypochlorite to kill bacteria that may be remaining from the rest of the process, the Portland government says. Notice this is the government talking. The public has been advised to avoid the river around Foothills Park for 48 hours due to the possibility of increased bacteria in the water, officials said. The wastewater treatment plant is nearly half a century old, and according to Lake Oswego is in need of major upgrades continue to reliably meet Oregon Department of Environmental Quality water quality requirements. The city has been exploring the possibility of building a new resilient and state-of-the-art facility to replace it as it continues to age. So, as you can see, this country has not done a good job of taking care of the things that we need to survive. And because of this, uh, in addition to this war, in addition to all the other things that are going on, they're not going to make things better. They don't have any money to invest in infrastructure. That money is going to war. They got to make F-16s and F-22s and buy bombs and bullets and try to recruit people to fight. Um, Build bunkers for the politicians, whatever else they got to do. But it's not going to be, uh, they're not going to do anything to develop this infrastructure. This place is done. So understand that. Ain't nobody finna help you. You got to help yourself. So with that said, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell notification so that you can get all the new videos when I upload them. Subscribe to my Odyssey and my Rumble channels. The links are in the description. In the event that this channel is taken down for something that I post that they don't like, consider subscribing to my social media platforms on Instagram at MarleyK20 and on Facebook at Marleyisms. The links are in the description. Um, I have a Substack. I don't write on it much because I was having such a difficult time with the algorithms hiding my work that I just, to me, it was not even worth the time of day anymore. The amount of time it took to write a thought, edit it, clean it up, dress it up. So I just do these YouTube videos now because people can listen and not have to really pay attention to whatever um, I'm writing. They could just hear my thoughts, and I could just share whatever I need to share quickly and move on. So just continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to seek the Most High, continue to scour for things that are happening in this country, because it is being demolished as we speak. It's a gradual demolition, but it's going to get a little louder. It's going to get a little faster. It's going to get a little worse because these people got an agenda. They have a timeline, and they got to get as many of us out of here as possible. So if you get sick, oh well, it's on you. That's how they feel. So your goal is to not get sick and take care of yourselves. That's what we got to do. We got to live to fight another day, and we got to do it by any means necessary. So it means being proactive and not reactive. Keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High, keep hoping that these folks open their eyes, because things are getting dire and there's no turning back. These things are that are happening are biblical prophecy being fulfilled. And so we should see it and be happy and rejoice because we know our captivity is almost over. Um, but we also should be fearful because if we ain't right, it's a place we going or we going to be stuck here. And I don't want to be stuck here. I want to be found worthy to escape all this coming. I don't want to be here. So do what you got to do to get things right with the Most High and live by those laws, statutes, and commandments. Please don't forget to keep the Sabbath because that's really important. That's our seal. That's how the Most High is going to know who's He is and who's following the eco Sabbath, worshiping the sun god Ra and Ishtar and whoever else. Um, that's not what we doing as Yasharel. We need to be following those laws, statutes, and commandments, and we need to be praying to be found worthy to escape all that's coming on this earth. All right, y'all. Take care. Get those water purification items and your disinfectants. Get your bleach. Get your extra water up in your house and try to take care because it's about to get real out here. The agenda is moving on and it's going as planned. All right, I'm out of here.